Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Ali Tech Talks. Today, we're going to be talking about document management. I have two guests that's going to help us out to understand what this service is all about. I got Javier on my left, and I have Carlos on my right, which they're going to introduce themselves. So, Javier, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Javier, and I'm part of ALA Global. I work with the process team.
Thank you, Javier, very much. We got Carlos here with me. Hey, Carlos.
Thank you, Oscar. Hello, my name is Carlos Q, and I work for ALA Global since 2010, and my experience is basically on the development team. And right now, we're working with the development of the document management part of the company.
So thank you so much. Thank you guys for sharing with us today your time. I would like to start. It's exciting time as we are increasing our services to provide to our customers, and of course we get something that is very advanced, which uses technology from one side and then uses process in the other side, which is a nice combination to actually provide value added to our customers. So for our customers, what is document management, Javier? What is this all about?
I would say document management should be the process that every company has to manage their own paperwork and documentation. Mm-hmm. Not only internal, but also the paperwork that they use for their clients as well. So they should have that process in place to know where the documents go, how they are handled from one place to the other.
So it's because of course, if you go to an HR department or you go to a legal department,
correct,
you got all these paperworks in your files and cabinets, and that's okay. I mean, they have to have it in a way, right. But there is a way that they have to index it. When it becomes too large, then what you're saying is that you have to take it into the digital world, which exactly. is digitizing what they already have in the paperwork, but also put them on a digital transformation, sort of speaking. And that's where technology hits in there, right? So tell me on the technology side how that works.
Yeah, actually, that's the work. This is part of the digital transformation that every single company needs to have, and also is like it's a help to the environment. Mm-hmm. Basically, in this part of the paperless culture, mm-hmm. we just make sure that all the digital processes mm-hmm. are faster and without any problem or errors inside the process. And also, of course, the result is we don't have any paper or lots of paper stored in some place, since right now we need just a couple of gigabytes in order to store the same amount of paper that we used to put in one warehouse in the past.
And it has an advantage, right? Because from one side, of course, where we go paperless and then we index that information, which is kind of how it works, right? Index that information, you get advantage of it, because for what you were saying is that when you have your file cabinets or your paper, and you're constantly accessing those papers, those pieces of information, they tear out, they actually deteriorate it over the time. But when you scan it for the first time, right, you really get it digital and it's always there.
You preserve the document more, right?
That's right. So tell me how that works.
Well, actually, it has many advantages, because the formats that you can have in electronic document management are multiple. So you can have, for example, PDFs, or you can have images, such as JPG. Mm-hmm. So the advantages come along because you can have a lot of documents with a little amount of space. Mm-hmm. And as you mentioned, the indexing is one of the important parts, because it becomes a searchable database. Mm-hmm. If you're trying to locate a document, if you have thousands of bins, you have to find one single drawer with that document, right? Mm-hmm. But if you have your document management done electronically, then you can just do a search and get the document in matters of seconds. So it has a lot of advantages as well.
Right, and also, I mean, indexing is one thing, but you do processing with it, right? Now, I'm going to return to the processing side, because just having the file out there for somebody look for it. It's cool because you want to get access to it, and we want to talk about how that works. But also, I would like to hear after I talk with Carlos about this. What are we going to do with that? Because there gotta be some processing per se. So on the technology side, when I come to with a file, right? I said, Ally Global, Carlos QA, and Javier, you guys are doing the work for me, right? I'm a legal firm, and I got all these cases out there. What are you gonna do with it? Tell me how the technology works in a way, right? Without, of course, disclosing any private information from any of our customers you already have.
Yeah, sure. So the first step is make a digitalization of the documents. Mm-hmm. There are many ways to make a document in a digital way, but let's say you're going to use a scanning. Mm-hmm. So we are going to scanning the lot of papers you come to us to work to process them, and we basically make a separate space in the cloud or in the way we are going to store your documentation, and indexing all the papers inside this big folder that is specifically just for you. And we're going we can separate each of them based on the case or based on the way of we need to manage the papers. And as well, we can do the part of the indexing that Javier mentioned before. We can do an ICR recognition or OCR recognition in order to go and take those pictures or PDF formats into structured data. And we can do both, a search for the structured data or non-structured data inside the images.
Which is cool, right? Because when you store it, I'm assuming that we can store it either in our cabinets and on our systems, which is cloud backed up, it's sourced in the cloud, or we can deliver those documents to our customers, whatever they feel is good for them, which might be an Azure cloud, a Microsoft, a Google cloud, or an Amazon.
Their own server, or yeah.
That's right, because they might be. We can deliver those through our processes, which I'm going to get into you with you, Javier. So we scan those, or either we got a PDF and we're ready to deploy, and we say you can use our system to search your own things because it's part of our process, and then we deliver to your cloud or we deliver to your on-premises servers. So on the processes side, because of course we got the technology, and that's so cool. I got my documents in cloud and I can kind of do something. What are we going to do from the process perspective? Because of course, us as an Ally Global and Technology Services, when we have this, we want to transform that information. Of course. It's a computation of what we do. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, part of our model, as you know, reflects the transformation, right? Mm-hmm. Transformation means for us that we not only do the job for any business or for a company, for one of our clients, but we also help them to improve, right? Mm-hmm. So if we talk about the process of document management, think about the life cycle of the document, right? You have creation, you have edit, you have saving, you have disposal. So what we've done is that, for example, as you were saying, if you are a legal firm and you have contracts, right? Mm-hmm. We add the value of not only scanning your document, but also extracting part of the information there, mm-hmm. and tell you, hey, this is important, pay attention to this, right? Mm-hmm. So part of the process is not only doing the job, but actually examine what we're doing, right? Mm-hmm. Go beyond and give you one extra mile.
Right, and that's and guys, this is very important. There is two aspects of this that every customer, I'm pretty sure they come up with. The technology. Beside the technology, right? Because we got partnership with companies like DocuFree for helping us out to get in this one, right? So we are partners with them. But in terms of the process, because one thing is having the technology, get them out there, and that's cool. But the other, of course, is the infrastructure that Ally Global provide to our customers to actually give them the extraction. But how about the process because we have, for what I picked up, Javier, standard processes that we have developed. It's everything that we build in terms of our own processes, it's our property, meaning intellectual property. Tell us about that.
Actually, yes. All of our processes have been developed in-house, right? Mm-hmm. So Ally Global remains the proprietary rights over those processes. Mm-hmm. However, those processes are adaptive. So what we do is that we give you like the standard model as a client, and of course modifies little pieces of it so that it fits your business.
Right, and that's where our operations, right, from meaning the ops, step into it, and then we got the massive amount of people who's actually doing pre-processing with it. We use the technology that's helped out with our partners to get them out there, and then get them out there, which is kind of what we're looking for. Because what is our business is that we take off for everybody. We use technology in the good side, and then of course the IP that we created from a process perspective, to have our customers to focus what they do best.
Correct.
So for example, in the legal firm that you were saying, we're gonna make sure that those lawyers, people who works on the legal side, that they focus on solving those cases rather than
instead
searching
of
for
managing the papers.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
And that's part of the transformation, because the processes that we have developed will not only bring new processes to any client, for example, because they don't have the skills or the expertise to manage this documentation, right? We do.
Super. And when they say that, especially in the legal firm, or might be also in the healthcare, because we might extract data from local healthcare providers or anything like that, they're going to talk about security. So how secure is all this? Tell us, guys.
Can I? Okay, well, I would say...
All you guys are experts. I'm just here facilitator for what you have to say, guys.
I would say that it is very important that whenever a company is looking for an electronic solution to manage documents, they go for security. Because, of course, you don't want to have everybody accessing your internal information, right? So our processes and our tools are certified under the ISO standard for security, right? But also we can acquire new certifications or new security measures, such as, for example, HIPAA for healthcare.
Which we got attestation already from Ally Global, so for the customers to know.
So we can apply that certification that we already have to a specific portion of the business for one particular client, right? Or let's say, for example, that we have a client in the banking industry, right? They require different measures from different entities, sometimes even government regulated. So we can incorporate those security measures as well into the system.
Kind of like PCI, right?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say right now. Actually, we already have those type of certifications like PCI DSS for data of the credit cards handle, and also SOC 2, and all those certification from security in the technology perspective that guarantee that our clients can be safe and their data can be secure with us.
Absolutely. And
actually, it generates another part of security for the clients. It generates backup. Backup in case of disaster, right? Because let's say that they lose their papers for whatever it is backed up with us.
Right. So we either can be the guardians of their paperwork, whatever they have, as a backup, electronic backup, in case there is a disaster.
Right.
But also we can processing. So really, we become their allies in their partners, in their businesses. So thank you guys so much. What do we think? Because this is series 100, right? Series that we're just at an entry level of what we do. What we should be talking about next time? Because you guys are going to get invited again to tell us about maybe just legal or maybe just the healthcare. What do you think we can be the next time? Will be something like, I don't know, what do we add on the business perspective? What do you think we can talk about next time?
I would say maybe we can talk about the additional support that we can give the business. For example, not only the scanning part, but what do we do with that scanning? What do we do with this indexing, right? What else can we do for your business? Integration.
And that's great. I would love to invite our customers next time and the people who's watching us in this Ally Tech Talk edition to watch us and look for the next edition of the Ally Tech Talks in terms of those processes where you're going to bring, again, the experts. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. Thank you, Javier. Thank you for Carlos for your expertise and your time today. Thank you for the audience who's watching us today. Remember, we are Technology Services. We are Ally Global. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.